Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, it is Monday about noon, and I actually took a day off yesterday. I didn't really do a whole lot. I knew that this week is hopefully going to be the week of truth in terms of, maybe getting some job interviews and stuff like that. So I really wanted to kind of recover a little bit and get ready. I have not heard anything yet from the QA job. But I did apply for another job at another company, one that maybe I'm not as excited about, but at least it's something I could do, and it sounds like it'd be some good money. So, got to keep a whole bunch of irons in the fire here to make this hopefully work out. But today I do actually have a chore I need to do. I recently got a note from Honda informing me that there's some sort of a recall being offered on some of the software that controls the emission system for my car, and they're encouraging me to have that updated. So I'm going to go over to Honda today and let's get that hopefully done. They say to expect to leave the car with them for a few hours, so I'll probably have to drop it there and take an Uber home or something like that. But you know what? Today's as good of a day as any to do it, and if I get a job, it's going to be harder to do it. So let's get that taken care of right now. Okay, that was a little embarrassing, but also a little funny at the same time. I drove into the dealership, right up to the service window, went up to the desk and said, "Hey, I got this letter about a recall for my car. Wanted to see if you could deal with it." And he said, and the guy at the counter said, "Yeah, you're probably going to have to go next door. This is Hyundai, not Honda." So I guess Honda's unable to deal with this today, so they've made an appointment for me to come in on Thursday in the afternoon, and they say that they should be able to just do it while I wait. It should take about an hour or so. We'll see what happens, and if I can't, if it's going to take more than an hour, then perhaps what'll happen is I'll get an Uber home. They also say they have a shuttle service that'll transport me back and forth, so maybe I'll take advantage of that. They're way into their Baylor stuff here. One of the things Jordan told me when we first drove into town is that now that I live in a smallish town in more of the Midwest rather than on the West Coast, that I was really going to have to get into the local sports team, because the whole town is going to be behind Baylor University. And he wasn't kidding, man. Everywhere you look, it's Baylor. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really into sports, but I don't know, I might get forced into it. Who knows? Yep, it's even on the water towers. This is bear country. Baylor Bears. Now this isn't the normal HEB I go to, and I don't really need anything here right now, but I just want to stop here just to really show you and illustrate how Baylor is a part of everything. There's actually a full-on Baylor store in this place. Now I was greeted with a whole herd of cattle here and pigs, and it turns out these are pretty cool. These are handmade barbecue pits. You think with all the Baylor spin, though, that they'd have Baylor Bear barbecues. Maybe that's on the list sometime. Those are pretty cool, though. You can have one for $500. And they got all sorts of smokers, because the only thing that they love more in Waco than Baylor University is good barbecue. Gonna have to get me one of these at some point. See what I mean? Just a whole section right in the middle of Baylor stuff. And I'm not talking a little section. This is, probably a 2,000 or 3,000 square foot area, this store. It's all just Baylor. They love their Baylor Bears. $40 for that, though. That's a little overpriced, I think. Yep, even Baylor University billboards. You may recall that a week or two ago, when I was driving back from Temple with the last U-Haul truck with my pod stuff in it, I mentioned that I saw a couple of billboards that had been put there by Chip Gaines that I thought were kind of cute and amusing. And since I don't really have a whole lot to cover today, I decided I was going to go try and find those again, and so I could show them to you this time. I just passed by them going the opposite direction, so I'm going to turn around and come back. But since I'm most of the way to Temple anyway, I've decided that I'm going to stop by at the local Buc-ee's. When Jordan and I were making our trip out to Texas here a few months ago, we stopped at one Buc-ee's when we entered the state of Texas. And Jordan kind of wanted to stop at this one too, but I was kind of in a hurry to get into my apartment, so we skipped this one by at the time. But I think since I'm most of the way there, let's go take a look at that, because that place is really a uniquely Texas kind of place. You know you're getting close when you start seeing them, because they're just all along the highway at this point. Another Buc-ee's. Oh fudge, almost there. Buc-ee's, next exit. Buc-ee's, exit now. I hope they're okay with me waiting until the off-ramp, because that's a long ways down if I exit right now. Yeah, here we are at Buc-ee's. Another obligatory thumbnail photo. And they're hiring. So I guess the initial goal of this place was just to be a really big, massive gas station. Because I don't know, that's probably, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 gas pumps. So that's pretty wild. But then it kind of turned into almost a tourist attraction of its own. Let's go in and look. Just check out all the merch they got waiting for you just when you get in. But just check out this place. It's a deli, it's a grocery store, it's a gift shop. You can get like everything here. This place is insane. So far, I think I agree. Peace, love, and Buc-ee's. And even a tie-dyed version. That looks yummy. Ha! Psych! It's a pillow. And even here they got Baylor stuff. I'm like 30 miles away from Waco right now, almost a temple. Of course, you gotta have a little Texas A&M and a little Dallas Cowboys, but then we're right back to the Baylor stuff. And of course, Waco favorites, Joanna Gaines. Knew you were gonna find a bunch of that here, right? Ought to get this for Jordan. I'm sure he'd look really good in a wife beater t-shirt, right? He even got Alamo hats. What more could you ask for? There you go. That's my kind of flask. You got all sorts of different ones you can choose from too. Or if you want to go with the wimpy ones, here they got the regular size ones too. Yep, the people that live here just identify more with Texas than most other states do. When I saw this, I was just in Hatch a couple months ago. You can even buy an authentic cowhide. And if anyone was ever looking for a metal rooster, this is the place to come. And it doesn't even have to be a metal rooster. It can be a porcelain rooster if you're into that. I can see a couple of Texas cookbooks I probably ought to get. Definitely look at that one. Definitely look at that one. Well, they all look pretty good, right? Gee, some authentic Texas honey. I actually know somebody who might like this. So one of the billboards said, your jerky awaits on the road out there. Man, they aren't kidding. They got like every brand there is. And if you have a problem where your kids aren't hyper enough and they need more sugar to pep them up a little bit, this is your place to go. Alright, when I was going through the toy section a little while ago, I kept hearing these things, and these things are like really annoying, so. See what I mean? Hashtag Texas. I'd get that for Jordan, but he's probably already got it. Even got Texas armadillos. And like cool little snow globes. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Yep, you'd never see anything like that in California. Yep. Wow, they're right. Everything is bigger in Texas. A crawfish table. Because everyone needs one of those, right? Even comes with its own trash can. And crawfish cooking pots. Oh, everything you need. 60 quarts, 80 quarts, or 100 quarts in case you just really have a lot of crawfish that you need to cook. I don't even want to know. Wow, those are kind of pretty. Some nice carved wood. Looks like old driftwood that's been carved and repurposed. Beautiful stuff. Words to live by. Seems like that pattern belongs on another kind of shirt. Another one that Jordan would probably like, though. Ba-dum-bum. I've actually been looking for one of these Texas stars. Everyone seems to have them on their house here. They've even got them all over the wall here. And so I figured they had to have them here. And they do. They can get big ones for $50. Or like medium ones for like $27. So yeah, I might get one of those some point. At this point, I don't have any place to put it, but now I know where to go. So I haven't eaten any breakfast yet, so I think I'm actually just going to get something here. I'm not going to really do a vlog about it because, you know, this is just fast food and it's all pre-prepared, but I'm still hungry, so let's get something. And I think I'm going to go with a sliced brisket sandwich. They got regular one and they got one with pickles and onions. I like pickles and onions, so let's go with that. Yeah, there's that first sign by Chip. I rented this billboard just to say I love you. Exit 355B, Chip Gaines. And then there's one on the other side that says this one too. There's another Chip sign. It says Dallas can wait. I guess it's exit 334B, not 354B. So you'll just have to pretend I didn't screw up before. So ironically, when Jordan and I first came into Waco a couple months ago, this was supposed to be our first view of the city, and unfortunately neither of us had our camera going. And we kind of both regretted it at the time because the view from here is actually quite spectacular. It's ironic sometimes how these days turn out. I got up this morning having no idea what I was going to do for the vlog today, and I figured the highlight of the day would be going over to the Honda dealership and getting my car fixed. And all of a sudden that turned into a little telling about how Baylor is kind of the big thing around here. And then that kind of evolved into, well, let's go see if we can find that Chip and Joanna, that Chip sign that I saw a couple weeks ago. And that turned into a Buc-ee's visit. So I don't know, it's funny how that ends up and how you know, you can just kind of stumble along things and never know what you're going to find out here. So that, I think, is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I actually had a good time doing it. And I guess I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night, everyone.